Yeah, this is Sammy Loco podcast, podcast number 115. I am your host with TV. Go ahead and introduce yourself once again.
What's up, you guys? My name is Tinoula Victoria, aka TV, and I'm glad to be back.
Okay, so we're gonna start talking about these two new songs you have with I want to say his name right, Novo Heights.
Yeah.
Please tell everybody went into those two songs. Let's start with Lights Out.
Okay, so that's the most recent one that's out. What went into that? Well, we had worked on the song previous, the other one that you mentioned. Um, and then he was kind of like, "Do you want to work on other stuff?" I said, "Sure, let's do it." So he sent me the beat. It was different for me. Like I haven't worked on something that kind of sounded like that. Um, and it was really cool, like to collaborate and go back and forth. Like I would give him ideas and he would like change the beat a little bit. He would give me ideas. Like it was a really, really cool way of working. I really like working with him actually. Um, so yeah, the song came out really, really nice with all our different, there was a few different versions of it, but we settled on this version, the one that you guys hear. And yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy to have worked with him too.
Uh, Pretty much with first time. Is it a story behind that, or what's the story behind that one?
um well, Novo had hit me up and was like, "Hey, do you want to jump on this?" And I was like, "Okay." So I I wasn't sure what, we haven't worked on anything in a while, so I wasn't sure what he would send me. But he sent it to me. I listened to it and I loved it. The beat is like, it's such a bop. Like it's really like a upbeat type of song. And so I asked him, "Is there any like theme or anything that I should talk about?" He kind of gave me like a rough idea of like what um they were going for with the song. So yeah, my verse is pretty much just about enjoying your life, like reflecting basically, um, being happy to have lived a full life, stuff like that. And then there's a little rap section as well. So yeah, that it was a pretty easy way. Like I sent it, I had to turn it over in 24 hours because it was like a quick release. And
Mm.
I was like, I wasn't sure if I could do it, but yeah, I got it back to him, and then he was like, he figured it out, he made it work. So yeah.
So for like, for example, like you have like people that will send you music. Like I always wonder how you politely or just roughly tell people, I'm not going to do this song, or and how do you go about that?
um
Without naming names, of course.
yeah. um it depends on it depends on the reason, but usually most of the time it's just like a sound thing. Like so for some songs I find it difficult to write to. Like sometimes you hear something and you just know you couldn't do something to it, so usually I'll say something like that, like, "I'm not really getting anything for this," or um something like that. Those are really the main reasons why I don't yeah, I don't have people like sending me like crazy stuff a lot of the time. So really you just have to say like, "Hey, uh nothing's coming to me for this beat or for whatever the project is," and then people seem to be cool with it.
Okay, okay. So with that being said, you've been doing music for a long time. Like the question I have is, do you want to be famous one day, or do you want to be like, if you want to be famous, in what way would you like to be famous? That's what I'm pretty much asking.
I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous. If I like, I kind of, I like to. I like to know interesting people. I think that's what I've realized about myself. Like I think when you're like an artist or a creative, like we're very like specific types of people. Like you know how it is. Like people don't always get us and stuff like that. So when you come across other people like that, it's always kind of fun for me. You know, I feel like understood, like artists, creative people, people, you know, those type of people are like my favorite people. So I think I like being close to things that are being created, but I don't think I'd want to be in the front or famous. Definitely not famous.
Mm. So, with that being said, what would you constitute as like a perfect day in your world?
A perfect day. Like generally or with work, you know, like
No, just generally, just your world.
oh man. Well, it definitely would involve food. I love to eat. Um,
What kind of food?
I'm, I like I like simple stuff, but I like also trying new things. So like I like Chipotle type meals like chicken and rice. We have like Nando's over here, so I would say like Nando's. Anything with anything with kind of roast chicken, anything like that. Um, what else? Yeah, I'm pretty simple with food, but I have to have something, you know, that I like basically. So yeah, it would just be I'm pretty simple. It would just be food, um, sleeping, and then what else? Literally, like now I'm at the point where like these are the things that are just like bliss to me. And then probably what would my perfect day be? Some kind of making something. So like working on music or um doing something creative, you know, playing drums, you know, anything like that, painting. Yeah, very simple.
Okay, so with that, like, what would you consider like as far as being like you're most grateful for?
um I think family is really important. Um to me anyway, like that thing about unconditional love. Um even if you don't have like people around you to give it, it's just it's a feeling you can bring out from yourself, you know, and I'm grateful to be able to do that actually. Because it's helped me through a lot of stuff, you know, just being able to like find joy in like the little things. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for having a positive attitude, and I'm grateful that anyone has ever like worked with me or listened to anything that I've made or um that's really important to me. I've really been lucky in a lot of ways that um people have kind of connected with me in because I've done like different things and I've always like been around different groups of people just because I like to connect with different types of people. So um I'm grateful for having the opportunity to do that, to reach people and to have them connect with me.
When you're connecting with people, what would you say is your superpower as far as just like just meeting new people?
Um, with new people, I would say my superpower is mystery. But with people I know, it would be being funny. Like I'm a goofball in real life, but it's hard for me to be like that with strangers. I have to like know people. I have to feel comfortable with people to like really go into clown mode, basically. But yeah, that's what I say my superpower is.
Hmm. What would you say like when you're making songs and things of that nature? And I know I asked this way before, but has your style changed as far as like making music?
Um, yeah, definitely. Um, for different reasons. Like I've tried different things over the years. When I've been in kind of different places. I think sometimes like depending on what you're going through, what you're like, what stage in life you are, different things appeal to you, I think. Um, and my style's definitely evolved because of that. Like even with just creative people in general, I find that like sometimes you, for whatever you're feeling or whatever point you're at, like you need to express it a specific way. That's why I see people like they'll be in their like painting era, like they need to like let it out that way, or they'll like start doing movies for a while or stuff like that. I find that with creative people you kind of like gravitate, like you know what kind of tools you're going to need to channel or express the thing you want to express. So I feel like that's kind of, it's usually not intentional. I just listen to things and something kind of speaks to me. Um, and then I have different like different pockets I can get into, So it's cool when you've worked on a few different type of things because like now you have that in your kind of arsenal and you can like go to it whenever.
Okay, okay. If you could change anything as far as how you was raised and where you was raised, what would it be? What would one thing you change if you can turn back?
Um, I'm trying to think, should I give the cheesy answer or should I like try to dive deep? Because I was gonna say like, oh, if I changed anything, like I wouldn't be me, like who I am today. But I think I think the only thing would be probably allowing things to like trying to get my emotions under control, like allowing things not taking things as personally as I did when I was really, really young. Um, that would be the only thing I think, because everything else is like I don't know anything else, and I look back fondly on most of my life, but I feel like with maybe like school or like certain situations when I was younger, that would be the thing.
Uh, if all right, so we're gonna get to like conspiracy theories. So
Oh, okay.
okay,
Oh, I love a good
so
conspiracy.
okay, all right. So I have two categories though. Because I was talking with my sister about this one. You have music, music conspiracies, and you have world
Yeah,
conspiracies.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the music first. What will be your music conspiracy theory?
Oh, there's so many with music. It's hard to know like which ones are like memes and which ones are like probably like legit, but I think I don't know. I mean the symbols in the music videos, I think that's one.
Mm,
It's hard to like after a while, it's hard to ignore. It's like, okay, well, you could just be like, oh, coincidence. Oh, this is just art, but it's like it's too sometimes like when you see it all lined up, it's like,
mm.
I don't know about that. Um, yeah, I think I mean, what are some that you know about? Because I might know some, but I'm not sure.
But for all right, so for me, it has something to do with like I hate saying it, but death. But
Mhm.
My favorite artist is Mac Miller.
Mac Miller, yeah.
So with me, I
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I think that was pretty much like
Can we say
a se-
the sacrifice word?
pretty much yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm not blaming your twin, but what I'm saying is that when it comes to that,
My
I think
twin.
it's Ariana Grande.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
So with him, I think it's more of like he just got the money from Warner Brothers. He has a whole bunch of unreleased music. So, yes, we know that he took drugs and things of that nature,
Mhm.
but to pretty much give him a fatal dose of
Yeah,
fentanyl, it's
yeah,
like it don't add up
yeah.
to me. So it's like, yeah, I know he was on a constructive, like very downward spiral, but that's one. The next one would be, well, of course, Prince, that situation.
Mhm.
Uh
They said that he knew a lot, like he was exposing stuff and right before he died. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
And that's another situation where drugs played a part in it. Even
Yeah.
though he had a bad hip and things of that nature, to have, prescriptions to really
He was
knock
in
you.
the elevator, right? If I remember correctly.
Yep.
He was in, yeah, yeah,
His
yeah.
elevator in
That
his
was so
house, of course.
strange. Yeah.
Yep. And he was outside, I think Walgreens or something like that, when he was pacing back and forth waiting for.
Mm,
So I think he knew something was going on with that. So
mm.
yeah, I would say those two are ones that I really think about all the time. Like I got tons of other theories with those, but it's like those two situations, yeah.
Yeah, and with some of them, you see like people close to them like take off, like start getting way more famous. Um, I don't know with Prince, but like some of like the deaths, it's like there's somebody else who like shoots to fame right after that. Um,
Mm.
yeah, so I've noticed that too. It's so strange. Like I don't know, I don't know how to take it.
Mm. What about world? What is your world? Guess your conspiracy theories on that.
Um, the world is being run by a very small group of people
Hmm.
that most people do not see. And they control the governments, the world governments, basically. That would be that would be the main conspiracy, I'd say.
So pretty much like somebody's over top of the government. They all meet in one spot and they say, "Hey, your country's going to do this. Hey, you're two going pretty much like wrestling. You're going to be doing this.
Yeah.
You're going to be going against this
Yeah.
person, and we're going to have that news feed going 24 hours. And then we got the election coming up. We got you two, and I don't know
Yeah.
how it is in London, but like I guess this is going to happen over there.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mine's with that would be definitely the Antarctica situation where they have a no-fly zone,
Mm-hmm.
that type of thing over there. Some people believe it's like, let me say, the TikTok theories, uh, that it's another world over there. It's a hole that goes all the way down. It's a bunker.
There's so many like on TikTok, like they talk about like the ice wall, like it's
Yeah,
just ice all the way around. Or yeah, the underground, I don't know what they're saying is underground, but like something. It's so interesting to me because I'm like, who knows? Like, I definitely, I like when I walk around, I definitely have a sense that there's like other things going on that are not like in the forefront, just energetically. Like, I just know there's other, like, there's more that we don't see or we're not told about. And even just logically, that makes sense. You can't tell all of the people, all of the things, all of the time, right?
oh no.
So, um, yeah, the Antarctica one is interesting. And then there's like Area 51, like what's going on with that. um, yeah,
It was
definitely.
supposed to rush Area 51, I believe.
Oh yeah, like there was
Yeah, that
people
didn't
planning to
happen.
like, yeah, that would have been cool though, because the whole thing was like, well, they can't like shoot everyone down at once. Like if a whole group of people go, what can they really do? Um, yeah, I think like TikTok is good for like riling people up to like investigate things. You know, like Gen Z love to investigate things, and I think that's really cool. I really cool.
Yeah, that would have been definitely cool on that. Um, some things that you talk about on Twitter is such as, your playlist that you make all the time. Can you dig into that?
Oh, okay. I have a playlist called Drama Queen. It's basically a bunch of songs I put together just because I feel like for me, like I need to be close to feminine energy. Like if I'm not too like tapped in with it, I feel like I felt like I needed to make a conscious effort to like focus on the women.
Hmm.
Um and so yeah, I just select songs that it's all different genres, all different types of artists, all different types of like energy, just to say that it's all it's all good. You know, whether you want to express yourself this way, whether you want to be angry, whether you want to be sad, whether you want to be a bit cocky, whether you want to be like um big yourself up or like be vulnerable, all like however these artists want to express themselves as women, it's all like accepted. It's okay, you know. So I wanted to put the spotlight in that. I felt like I listened to a lot of different types of things, and I felt like the best use of my energy and my voice would be to like give some shine to the girls, you know. So I do that every week just to make sure that, you know, we're getting the feminine energy out there. Um, yeah, and I really love doing it because I get to like investigate, like find new stuff, and yeah. So you can find that on Spotify. The link will be in my bio on any of my social media. Um, yeah.
I see you also talked about as far as social media, sometimes you have the urge to get rid of it or things of
Oh my
that
God.
nature. Why is that?
All the time. I just I don't know, like things have been really crazy for me since like 2020. And I've just been going through like so many, like so much self-discovery, stuff like that. And I've realized like what I've realized about myself is that I'm actually really sensitive, especially to energy and stuff like that. So I just find like I'm just overwhelmed by it now. Like I barely go on Instagram, like maybe once a week, if
Mm.
like to post something. And then if I get notifications, and some of them I get, some of them I don't, which is crazy. But then Twitter I try to go on, but I kind of post and go. I just don't want to take in too much information. Like the way my brain works, like I'm susceptible to things. So I'm like, okay, I need to limit the information that I'm taking in just so that I don't start getting triggered, or like, you know, I'm much more intentional with what I look at and what I do now. So, but it's not to say that social media is bad or anything like that. It's just for me right now, I just like when I can and then get off.
What are some things that trigger you?
I think there's so much like I think there's so many debates, like it's very antagonistic, like people are always um arguing about things but not in a constructive way.
Hmm.
Like people say the most inflammatory things, you know, like to just trigger people literally. And I'm the type of person like when I see something that's like not true, I feel like I have to like respond, like even if it's nothing to do with me, I'm like, no, you can't say this because this is not true, like you're spreading, you know what I'm saying. So and I think also it just feels like I also don't like things that feel manipulative.
Mm,
Like some things I think are intentional, and like people do things intentionally, like to start. I don't want to say they're like agendas, but kind of. And it's just, you know, um, yeah, I feel the need to like try to correct correct what people are saying, and I just like need to not engage with it,
mhm.
you know, because you can do that too. Like, okay, I don't have to look at it, you know. Um, yeah, so those type of things tend to trigger me.
Well, okay. So, do you think that's just like for instance, they're about to start TikTok with kids that's under 18, I believe, where they're gonna have like a time limit on how
Mm.
much they consume. Um, do you think that they should do that for social media?
Um, it's hard to say because like, I mean, you mean for like children or
Yeah, for children or just for adults, just like going forward.
um, yeah, I think I kind of I wouldn't want to tell people they should or shouldn't be on it, you know, if they want to. But um I think people should definitely set their own limits, you know, and like monitor how they feel. Um, but I guess if people are not able to do that, then maybe I don't know. I think I kind of feel like I kind of feel like restricting things then causes like for everyone, because definitely I agree for under 18, you know, or maybe under 16 or something like that. But for everyone, I think it would cause like too much. Like we're knee deep in it now. We're knee deep. It's too far. We've gone too far. So yeah, I think people should be more aware or more like intentional with how they're using it though. Definitely. I think maybe they should have some options instead of like blanket restricting it for everyone, but like have the option to tweak your social media a certain type of way so you can cut it down maybe.
Mm. So knowing that you're into chakras and things of that nature, which one have you used less and which one have you used more since the last time we talked?
Which chakra?
Yes. I think you taught me this. The chakras that we have, like, the crown, the
Yeah.
mouth. Which ones have you used most and the ones that you use less?
Um, I probably I'm like a crown person. I'm very like I don't know, in the clouds type of person. I'm in my head type of person. Um, yeah, and then maybe the least probably throat. Um, I'm getting better with like trying to communicate with people more, and like I'm just not a big talker most of the time. Um, it's just not my strong. It's not my thing really. Um, but yeah, I kind of yeah, throat would be the least definitely.
And what is your session with bunny rabbits?
um, I don't know. Like when I was younger, I always liked them. My mom used to buy me like little stuffed animals. Like when I would be sick, she would buy me like one every time and to make me feel better and stuff like that. And I don't know. Since then, I've always liked them. People compared me to them when I was a kid. Um, yeah, it's there's no it's sentimental. There's no other kind of meaning though. It's just like I don't know. It's like a spirit animal type of thing.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
So, do you think that it's because like bunny rabbits are can go either way? In my opinion, I think they can be one of those type of owl type of people, like there's wisdom into it, and if you mess with them too much, I think that they can attack. But that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just my theory on that.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so do you think that's like a good comparison, or
Yeah, I think, and they're very quiet animals. Like they don't, there's no like bark or whatever, like what do you call it, meow, that they don't have like they don't really make much noise, but they can bite you like crazy.
yes?
But yeah, they're mostly just very quiet and fluffy. And they just nibble at food all day, which is, like I told you, is my thing. I need to nibble at food all day. So yeah, it's really just like a spirit animal thing. Yeah.
What would you say your as far as reflecting back to ooh putting out your first song on SoundCloud up to now, how you put out music? Like, is that is that thrill still there? Because that's something that I face all the time as far as
Mm.
just putting out a podcast and stuff like that. What else? What was that? 2016, 2017?
Um,
No, it was way before that. Nah.
what when I first started uploading on SoundCloud?
Yeah, just your first comparing that emotion, that feeling
Yeah, yeah,
when you first put the first song on SoundCloud or whatever
yeah,
you put it at,
yeah.
uh, compared to now.
It's so different. Um, like you said, like your relationship with it changes over time. Like there's different things, there's different reasons you want to do it, and there's different ways you want to do it. Like when I first uploaded to SoundCloud, I was um I was in a band, I think. I would write songs on guitar,
Hmm.
just me singing with a guitar. Like that was my very first stuff on SoundCloud. Because I was sending it to different bands. I was like auditioning to be in bands basically. Then yeah, like you said, around 2016, 2015, maybe I started doing more hip hop stuff. Um, because I could do that by myself. Like, I just needed to be able to like speak from my own perspective basically, instead of being with other people at the time. So um yeah, it was so different. But I think I enjoy it in a different way now, and I feel like you have to find ways to make it, you have to have some purpose behind what you're doing. And I think before I would just make stuff because it was cool, or it was fun, or now I mean I kind of want to get back to that, but also I feel like I have to, well, I want to like try to say things that are true to me, whether or not like not thinking about how people are going to take it necessarily, just because I think we need more of that basically. So yeah, you find different ways to keep doing the same thing, keep finding passion with it. um but yeah, I still enjoy it, of course. Of course I do.
Okay. So when it comes to being a fan of TV shows or just music in general, what would you say your fan base lies at now? Like you personally,
Oh
like you're
yeah.
a personal fan, like you're a fanboy or fan girl of of this group or music and genre.
um what do you mean, like like what do I
Like
like, or
like yeah, like who you like for instance, some people might say, oh, I'm a fan of the Beehive, but I'm not a fan of the Navy, whatever
Mm.
Rihanna group is. So,
Um, I kind of try to stay away from that uh, kind of stuff now, just because like I think I like individual things, but the the if like the fan base thing,
mhm.
it's just gotten so crazy. Like the Stan wars are mad. Like I was just watching on TikTok, it was a thing about Selena Gomez and some other girl, and I'm like, the way these kids are from each side are dragging each other and dragging. I'm like, what is this? Like, these are not. These are, you don't even know these people. Like, what is happening? I'm like, girl, what? Um, yeah. So I kind of like, I'm really just about the what like whatever is made, the creation, and then I kind of try to keep out of everything else.
Okay. So you being a movie buff, uh, what would you say is your favorite film of the last 2 years? Because they really haven't been that many this year so far.
Yeah. Um, it's the thing about new movies, like I don't know, they're harder to connect to. For me, like um, I'm not sure. I think TV shows have more of an impact
Mm,
nowadays. I think most of the good stuff is probably on TV. Well, the stuff that I like anyway. Um,
let's get into that. Which ones are you like?
Um, oh God, there's so many. I like the crime ones. I like the
Oh
psychological thriller
Lord.
type of ones. Yeah.
Okay.
I like those type of ones. So I like there's a show called Succession. I like that one a lot. It's like about a family that's owns this like huge company and they're like fighting for power and stuff like that. Um, what else? Oh, I can't think right now. But anything that has like a good slow plot, you know. Yeah, I like those kind of shows.
Mm.
What TV shows do you watch? Do you watch many shows or
I don't. I'm more of a documentary type of person.
yeah, yeah.
So for me, it has to be a type of nostalgia to it, like one of those
Mm,
old documentaries. I don't need documentaries that's happening now, but uh let's see. As far as TV shows, I just miss the ones that used to have like Seinfeld and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
those type of things, like
Yeah.
I like those type of things. Now most of those shows are going to Netflix now. So I'm
Mhm.
pretty much watching stand up all the time then. If you're like for instance, Chris Rock about to come out with his live stream one.
Oh, he's
Uh
got a new one coming out.
yeah, he actually did one. He actually did his special here in Baltimore. So
Oh, cool.
he's gonna promote that. I think Saturday. I think it's Saturday that he's gonna put it up there. And I'm just the only reason I'm interested because when it comes to Chris Rock, it's more of the type of situation where for I think for people that are comedian buffs like me, we're trying to still see where he ranks at. Like
Yeah.
we already know what Dave Chappelle, we already know what
Yeah.
uh Kevin Hart is at. I think with him it's like he's dealing with this situation with Will Smith. So it's one of
Hmm.
those things where I think if this is good and he's still funny, because the joke he said about Will Smith's wife wasn't funny to me. Now, was it warranted enough for him to get up and, well, Will Smith to get up and slap Chris? That's debatable. But like I said, this type of thing now, I think when he comes out and he actually has to do stand up and stuff like that, I want to see if he's still funny. That type of
I
thing.
almost forgot about that slap situation. Like it feels so long ago, but then I guess it wasn't that long ago. it feels like such a weird time in society, like the way people reacted around it. Like everybody was like divided, everybody was split. I was like, there was a part of me that was like, is this even real? Like,
I thought
how
it
can
was fake. I thought it was fake.
I was like, how can this happen? Like, how is this real life? I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, I would be interested to see how like Chris Rock responds to that, like how he talks about it, what kind of joke he makes about it. In the next special. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to that. Um, and like I said, that type of stuff. And then, like I said, I'm mostly on YouTube looking at stuff and
Yeah.
doing my daily ritual on there, just looking at uh things of improvement or whatever the case
Yeah,
may
yeah.
be. So I'm looking at that. Like I said, I don't really look at TV there. I look at movies most of the time, but they're just like Marvel and all these. Avatar was pretty well.
I want
Um,
to see Avatar, I think. I hear really good stuff about it.
mhm.
But I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
Did you see the first one?
No.
Okay, so you got to watch the first one to
Okay.
understand the second one.
Okay. Okay.
It is very long. I'm not going to lie to you. I did fall asleep on a couple parts in the beginning
Really?
because I know, like you said, you like the long, like the plot that get, thicken and
Mm.
stuff like that. For me, it's like, okay, we bend out. We don't need too much flashback. And I think it was just a little too
Hmm.
much flashbacking going on.
In the second one, or
Yeah, in the second one.
okay, yeah.
So, I'm not going to pretty much explain all of it, but it's just pretty much understandable and, sacrificing and things of that nature. So yeah,
Mm.
I think you will definitely like it. But yeah, you're gonna be sitting in front of the TV. If you compare both movies, I think was that 6 hours?
Damn.
Yeah. So, like I said, you will fall asleep and wake back up like, what the fuck I missed? Oh shit! All right, all
But
right.
I think I just need to watch it because it's like one of those movies that's like kind of iconic, I think. Like you just have to watch it. So I will. I'll find the time. Definitely.
Yeah. What movies you haven't watched then? If you're talking about
What,
that one,
what movies haven't I watched?
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen the Marvel ones either.
you're probably not into it then. Probably most likely.
I could be potentially, but I just haven't seen them, you know. I think like I would need to, it's one of those things that it just has not been in my like circle, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
It hasn't been something I'd naturally gravitated to, but I might like them. I might, but I just yeah, haven't seen them. Um, what else? Yeah, I anything most of the new stuff. I don't know. Oh no, I have seen Fast and Furious. Maybe the first three.
It's about to be another one coming out, so I think this is Fast Fury 10. So
Probably.
yeah, it's a new one
Yeah.
coming out, and it's like, all right, when's this series gonna die? Like, literally, just stop making films.
I'm just like, how far can they go with it? Like
They already went
how
to
much could
space,
they did
so
they?
yeah,
Oh
Ludacris
my
and
God.
Tyrese was in space with with,
Really?
yeah,
Oh
with
my God.
they was in a spaceship or whatever the case may be, and it was just like, all right, now we're done too much. We're doing too much now.
Yeah.
Only thing now they have to do is literally like cross genres with I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
somebody else or
Yeah, crossover. That's like the last thing to do.
yeah,
Throw
and they might do it with Jumanji or Jurassic Park. I don't know,
Oh my
but
God.
it's at a point where it's like, God damn, all right, we're literally like, okay, can
But
we
the
just
first few were really, really good.
yeah, because everybody was into cars and
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
snap, they did this. Oh, okay. And then they start adding on people like the Tokyo Drift one and
Yeah.
all that. And then all of a sudden they became superheroes. I don't know, around Fast Fury 4 or 5. I don't know. Then The Rock is in it. Then I'm like, all right,
Mm.
I'm confused now.
Wait, they're
So
superheroes now.
yeah, they're really trying to say. I forgot the last movie because it was a blur,
Mm.
but I think that. they was fighting for their freedom type of thing. Then they became like
Wow.
superhero type of thing. So it's like one of
I've
those type of
missed
things.
so much.
Yeah, that once again, you're going to
Yeah.
be sitting in front of the TV for about 24 hours now. If you're
Oh
talking about
man.
both Avatar and Fast and Furious, you will be
Yeah.
sitting in front of them for a minute. So yeah, so I understand that. What about as far as London? Do you plan on staying there the rest of your life, or you plan on coming to the States?
Um, I would like to come to the States at some point. Um, I don't know. I like living here, but I definitely want to travel more, I
Hmm.
think. And I haven't been to the States in a while. So I would definitely like to come over there soon. Um,
What city would you like? You're interested in going to?
of course, New York. And then, and then where else? I want to go to like one of the country type of places, like um yeah, maybe Georgia or somewhere like that, or somewhere one of the where's that place Kanye went to? Um,
Wyoming.
yeah, somewhere like that. I because I want to see the nature. You
Mm.
guys have really interesting, like, like creeks and woods and nature and stuff like that. I want to go to one of those type of places. And then I don't know, you guys have really beautiful cities over there. Um, I would be happy to go to any of them, to be honest. There's so much to see.
Well, if you're thinking about nature, it's two different type of natures over here. You got the East Coast, Southern, like in the middle, maybe
Mm.
Virginia, Upper New York, like East Side. Then you got West Coast, like they got more mountains and things of that nature. It's like more grassy over East. West is like mountains, tons
Oh,
of
okay.
dumb mountains, except for Seattle, of course. Seattle got a lot of woods. San Francisco, yeah. So it's like it's a weird type of thing, and then the temperatures and all that stuff comes around. California was
Oh,
snowing the other
yeah.
day too, so I mean,
Really?
take
I've
that.
never heard of that.
I never heard of that either, but that's everything to do with the global warming
They're
type
playing
thing.
with the weather machines again.
Another conspiracy theory, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things like it's different over here. Like for instance, for me, it is 66 degrees, and then the other week it was 80 degrees for one day. We only get one day. Then then after that, then it went back to 30 degrees. So it's weird, but yeah, one of those places that you if you like those type of things, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, will probably be the best for that. For mountains and stuff, probably like Utah or
Yeah.
Wyoming, like he was doing. But Wyoming is really nothing over there. It's nothing over there.
Yeah, I think it's probably more of like a yeah, like a getaway type of you'd stay in a cabin for a few days type of thing. It's probably not like a destination in that way.
Mm. So it pretty much like, can we see like, can you give us a vision of what your future is going to be like in a year's time? Like as far as just you personally, as far as music goes too.
Um, well, I know, well, this year I want to focus on collaborating with different people. Um, I don't know why. I just feel like I want to, yeah, connect with different people and work on stuff. So there will be more of that this year. Um, yeah, I think that in a year from now, I don't know. I expect to have a bunch more music out. I'll say that, but that's pretty much all. That's pretty much all I can say about that. I want to collaborate with people.
If you had a title for your next album, what would you name it?
One thing about me, I'm so bad with names, like picking titles for things. This is why I just go by my name because I couldn't think of like a cool nickname, rap name, anything like that. I'm not good with literally I will go with the most basic thing I can think of or random. I'm not good at picking names for things.
Mm. So if you like, for instance, are you good with themes with when it comes to your albums and stuff like that?
Um like thinking about a theme for something
Yeah.
I'm
Well, just the album. Like if you was making a whole album and
hmm.
let's say it was like 5 songs and you said, I wanted to be to talk about the winter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can say. I want to I want to talk about things that maybe are not that maybe we don't talk about as much. I'll put it like that.
Mm,
So I want to yeah, I kind of want to get more deep into the intricacies of emotions and stuff like that. So I'll put it like that. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, I want to go in a I want to come from a unique perspective.
mm. So like a deep dive into emotions, feelings, people can relate to that type of thing.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, I'll just say it like that because I don't want to put it all out, you know.
Oh,
But
gotcha, gotcha.
basically, yeah, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Just to wrap up everything, give everybody your social handles and how to reach you for a collab once again. What other things they always ask me. Yeah, just give them all that.
Okay, so you guys can follow me at Tinoula Victoria, TINUOLA VICTORIA. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And you can email me about collaboration or working on a song at tinuolavictoriamusic@gmail.com. Um, yeah, check me out. Oh yeah, on Spotify you can follow me. Same name, SoundCloud.
Gotcha. And that is a wrap for podcast 115. I'm your host, Sammy Loco, and we're out.